I'm joined now with Inspector Steve Seabrook from the Marine Policing Unit. Firstly, welcome along to the show.
Hello Daniel, it's very good to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself to start us off?
Well, not tremendously exciting. I've been in Kent Police now for 27 years. I've served time at Sitting Bull, up at the Force Headquarters, Medway, very busy. And I also served for a whole year as a patrol sergeant on the Isle of Sheppey. Sheppey's got much to answer for. This is where I met my wife, and still my current wife. So I'm pleased to be back here. I now run the Marine Unit for Kent and Essex Police, and that is based, the Kent contingent is based at Sheerness Port.
Now, you moved recently to Sheerness, so why did you move?
Well, for many years the Marine Unit shared the same buildings and facilities as our dog section, firearms and traffic based at Cold Harbour, and of course anybody who knows any local geography will know that at Cold Harbour there's no water, and clearly for a Marine Unit that's not very helpful, because it means we need to transport the boats that we have to the water side, which means we're not spending as much time on the water as we should be. So when the opportunity came to move to Sheerness Port, the force reached that opportunity, planned with the ports to accommodate us on site there, and in April of this year we were able to move the Kent contingent from Cold Harbour to Sheerness Port, where we're based today.
We are talking to Inspector Steve Seabrook here at BRFM on the Monday Night Community Show. We're joined back with Inspector Steve Seabrook. He's from the Marine Policing Unit in Sheerness. How many officers work from Sheerness Port?
Well, we have quite a team now, Daniel. We've got 8 full-time Marine officers and a sergeant who are based at Sheerness, and in addition to that we have 5 Marine Reserve officers, and they work 12 days per year in support of the full-time officers. We also have a brand new section of 8 Marine Special Constables who are doing a terrific job, and very shortly we'll be taking on 2 volunteer workers who will be driving Marine Watch on the island and into the Medway for us.
So Steve, what work do you do?
Well, there's 4 broad areas of work that we're involved in. The first is neighbourhood policing in a marine context, and that's really about looking to solve problems that people experience on the water's edge, where they work, recreate, have their business, and we use a team of special constables in particular to tackle those sort of local problems. We're also involved in counter-terrorism, which is about boarding ships that have come from abroad into the UK in the search for terrorists. We also monitor important industrial sites to check that they're not being exploited by criminals or potentially by terrorists, which involves a lot of our work. Also, there's serious and organised crime. There are individuals who would look to exploit the open coastline to import illegal substances and items, and so we work in partnership with the UKBA, Immigration and Customs, to intercept small boats that are coming ashore to look for that type of criminality. But our work also has a more serious side in the sense that we're also involved in the recovery of human remains. This is sensitive and also a very complex piece of work, because from time to time, sadly, people do die at sea, or bodies are found in the water, and they need to be recovered in a way with right and proper dignity for the person involved, but also captures all of that forensic evidence that also might be on that body, which could be useful in a criminal investigation or to assist the coroner in establishing how that person has come to die in those circumstances. We're also involved in searching. All our officers are police search trained to a very high level, both on the water and also on the land. And we run a small RYA approved training school to train police officers and other police staff in how to work on the water safely and acquire marine qualifications.
Now, I understand that you do a lot of work around the island dealing with nuisance on or near the water.
Yes, that's right. Now, it is important to understand that we're not the river police in the traditional sense of the word, in that we don't go and enforce the breaches of bylaws on the River Medway and Swale around the island. That's the responsibility of the Medway Ports Authority. But what we do, because there are a number of problems affecting people at the water's edge, is that we use the team of Marine Special Constables to tackle nuisance water users where they reach the water, and invariably they're travelling there by car or some other vehicle, and that's where we're able to deal with them as they get there or when they leave the water, to remind them of the rules that apply to the water, but also in respect to their behaviour. And I wouldn't want to give the impression that any particular group is overly responsible for this sort of nuisance, but we work very closely with local communities and Medway ports to tackle this kind of problem.
We are talking to Inspector Steve Seabrook from the Marine Police in Sheerness Port. We're talking to Inspector Steve Seabrook from the Marine Policing Unit at Sheerness Port. What will your role be during the Olympics?
Well, the Olympics is a huge event, as you know, Daniel, and we have a big part to play. Principally, we'll be operating in the River Thames, the outer estuary, and also in the River Medway. Our role is really about security, ensuring people are going to be safe during the Olympic Games. And to that end, clearly there's a counter-terrorist aspect to our work. We'll be intercepting vessels that are coming into the UK, into the Thames, and some into the Medway, to establish their intentions. Also there to reassure the community, because some people expect there'll be quite a large number of visitors. I'm not sure that's strictly true, but of course that has concern for local marine communities. So we want to be there to resolve any problems or difficulties that might emerge, and to that end we'll be supporting both Medway Ports Authority, which, as you know, covers around the Isle of Sheppey, but also the Port of London Authority, that's responsible for the Thames, to sort out problems that arise and help the Olympic part go smoothly on the water.
If our listeners would like to find out more, do you have any contact details for them? Yes,
if I can offer out our main switchboard number, which is Maidstone, that's 01622 690 690. That number again, it's 01622 690 690, and ask to be put through to the Marine Unit. Then we'll be pleased to receive your call.
Steve, I'd like to thank you very much for coming along and telling our listeners all about what you do.
It's been a real pleasure. Thank you.